They are live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Blood on the Bayou, the Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle. We're running here on Final Show Films. My name is Julia, and I will be your storyteller for the evening. I'm joined by a wonderful cast of people. Unfortunately, Austin will not be with us tonight. He is still feeling under the weather. So we will begin our introductions with Shawnee.
Hello, I'm Shawnee, and I'm playing Guaya Vincente, the Asamat sorceress.
And Katie.
Hi, I'm Katie. I am playing Mercy Ransom, the Toreador tour guide.
And Drevian.
I'm Drevian playing Simon DeLuca, the Malkavian Tailor.
And Jeremy.
Hello, I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Catriona, lawyer for Clan Giovanni.
All right, and so as always, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights, eat the rich, fuck the Supreme Court. Anybody else we need to shout out this week?
And assault weapons.
Fuck Lauren Boebert.
Fuck Lauren Boebert.
In particular, yes.
So, we'll go ahead and dive into the recap here. Last time, Mercy had her brain unlocked by Kat's aunt Nina of the clan Giovanni, and learned her entire backstory of being an assassin for a secret society within the Civil War and killing her sister's fiance or husband, she wasn't sure at the time, but sire. And learned that Elena was actually the one who turned her, the Crimson Mask, and made her forget everything and told her to leave New Orleans. However, still something drew Mercy back in the early 2000s. The group then had a small discussion because they figured out that Alexander had been listening in and heard pretty much everything. After a Academy Award-winning speech from Mercy, Nina simply said we could just wipe his memory of the last 30 minutes. Then Mercy received a text message from Destiny with an address, which was a lead to follow up on the missing people from the Holiday Inn. Guire went with the Giovanni, who had loaded the mirror into the truck, as well as Azra, because in Guire's words, I'm not leaving this thing alone. I want to make sure it gets out of the city. The rest of the group, I should say, promptly went to a store known as the Strangeatorium, which was owned and operated by one Lorraine Walters, a Tremere, one of those people that Guire keeps warning everybody about. And the groups discovered, after being left alone, the basement of the store, and were alerted of some kindred that had been freshly made that were being held in a cage by Lorraine. After a pretty serious tussle, which involved not only staking, but beaning with a centrifuge, Lorraine went down. Destiny ended up showing up after the fight, and the group walked away with a concoction of vitality, basically a potion which will turn a vampire into a human in all faculties for 24 hours. At the end of the session, the U-Haul carrying the mirror was knocked on its side as Alexei and another vampire of the Sabbat ripped open the doors and drew weapons. After which, Alexei stepped onto Guire's trap, and that is where we will be picking up this evening. So, Guire, I need you to roll initiative for me, please.
Yep.
And it's a D10 plus... I always forget this one.
Dex and Wits.
Okay.
11.
Okay. I will go ahead and add you to the initiative.
I forget. Does celerity add to your initiative as well?
Let me double check. I don't believe so, but let me double check real quick.
Oh, wait, hang on a minute. There's a thing for celerity speed. Celerity speed is actually not 2. Ugh.
So everybody, please forgive my very generic tokens. They're not going to be used for long. And Azra. Okay, now if I remember correctly, he is stunned, or
He's lost 3 stamina.
okay, he's lost 3 stamina. All right, okay.
Which basically makes him significantly more vulnerable.
Yes. All right, so as Alexei steps onto your trap, there's a moment where he looks down as he feels whatever magic you used drain him just a little bit. And in that moment, you see Azra run forward.
And if she has the same level of or more of quietus that I do, and isn't a sorceress, she can do the same thing with a melee attack.
Oh, drain his stamina?
Yeah, with her own Scorpion's Touch.
She is going to be taking several actions this turn, actually. So, oh crap, hold on. There's 2 places I have to go for this. So, the first movement you see is she runs forward and slits a finger open and just tags Alexei's shoulder as she spouts words you've never heard before. As Alexei makes a stamina and athletics roll.
With 3 less stamina.
3 less stamina. So this is a single die.
Bye, Alexei. Get fucked.
He failed. So as you see that blood connect with his arm, as he has his shirt rolled up, you just see his left arm blacken and decay. And as she goes for her next attack, she almost skids against the ground outside, braces, and then spits venom. Stamina athletics roll from her. Or wait, no, hold on. Hitting, yeah, stamina athletics, difficulty 6.
in fairness, it should be said, obviously, your game, your rules. Usually, even with celerity, you can only activate one discipline.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. That she is going to go for a strike with the knife she has. Thank you.
Otherwise, celerity is just so
Absolutely
ridiculously broken.
Completely fair. I will retcon that. However, look at all of that is 9 dice and not one below 6. Okay.
These people are dying.
Yeah.
There are 2 of us here now.
Yep. So damage a little less so. But you see a nice gash go across Alexei's neck as she just whips that knife through and does 5 points of lethal damage to him.
Nice.
And then, unfortunately, it is his turn. No, well, he gets to attempt to soak. He has no stamina. He cannot soak.
He has no stamina?
No, he has no stamina.
I believe he's incapacitated at that point.
Is he?
He's
Fantastic.
something.
Let me check, because Quietus, the thing on Quietus actually says what happens if they hit 0. If the target's total stamina falls to 0 through use of Scorpion's Touch, they become terminally ill, lose any immunity to diseases. If a kindred stamina falls to 0, the vampire enters torpor and remains that way until one of their stamina points returns.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So he has gone limp. And she just... And there's a second as the body just falls to the ground.
Don't fuck with the Somites.
And you hear a few cracks of her spine as she straightens up and just turns and looks
At the other one.
at the gentleman, who looks down at Alexei, looks at the two of you. No, this isn't a fight I want. No. However, I would say that might be a problem for you.
What did he point at?
Alexei.
Oh. Is he doing anything in particular right at the moment on the ground, or is he just still slumped there?
He has just sort of become furniture.
Yeah. So while he's on the ground, before my Scorpion's Touch wears off, Guire pulls a stake out and just rams it into his chest. I'm gonna pump 3 extra dots into my strength if you need me to roll for it, but he's completely unmoving.
I mean, it's not like he can soak.
Yeah, it's not like he can soak.
Unless he has fortitude, but...
Yeah, he does.
Okay, so you want me to roll for it?
Yes, please.
So I'm gonna pump 3 extra blood into my strength. This is dexterity melee. What's the difficulty on this with him completely, like, obviously prone on the ground? Is still 8.
I'll take it to 6.
6? Okay.
There's no way he can resist nothing. He's just...
You can take the moment and feel between the ribs where to put it.
On top of that, he's against a nice hard surface, which doesn't allow him to resist much.
Yeah. I'm gonna put a willpower into this.
Okay.
6
Okay.
successes.
6 successes. Go ahead and roll that damage.
That's going to be my strength of 5 plus. Sorry, that's going to be strength 5 plus 5, 6 to 10 plus 1, so 11 dice.
Please get the successes you need with
I know.
11
Please.
goddamn dice.
6 damage.
So there is a flurry of movement as you and Ezra both just sort of like there's that moment of okay, the problem's solved. The problem's not solved. And you move forward and just
one still subtract from damage in old world.
Yes. So that's 5 successes, but
no, it did subtract. I was just wondering if I shouldn't instead have had 7.
Okay, gotcha. Damn, Shawnee, fucking 4. She rolled 4 10s, everybody.
That's as many as 4 10s. And that's terrible.
Yes. So yeah, there's barely any resistance. You take the 3 seconds you need to just sort of slide the stake down the ribs and all the way through, and you feel the ground with the stake.
Yes.
Well, that seems a little underwhelming.
Squire stands up, rolls her shoulders. I prefer underwhelming to having the opportunity to do literally anything.
I suppose that's fair.
And as a matter of fact, I'm tempted to leave him for the sun, but instead of letting that happen, she just takes the sword and starts to saw his head off. Just in case he's got the level of fortitude to where he can, pop a stake out.
Okay.
I've heard of vampires with enough fortitude to pop stakes out before, and if
that wasn't my concern.
And if anyone's gonna have it, it's gonna be him.
Wasn't my concern.
Did you just say that wasn't your concern?
No, that was not my concern at all. It's all good.
Okay. Where in this book would it be the rules for cutting off someone's head?
I mean, they're not moving.
They're completely paralyzed.
Yeah, no, you take the time.
Kind of coup de grace, yeah. Unless they have enough, like, fortitude, essentially, that they can just resist any amount of chopping that can be done.
No. So there, you take a few minutes, and it's a little, forgive the pun, it's a little choppy around the bones, but there's a moment where there's a very resilient just sort of scrape, and then you pull back one final time, and the entire body just sort of dusts in your hands. The other guy is gone, by the way.
I was gonna say, I am kind of disappointed that we didn't get my heart is sad that my favorite trope of all time didn't get to be used, which was the other person drying up, looking ready, and then turning and running like without, like, not gracefully, just like scrambling away.
Oh, the Count Rugen thing.
Yes, very much so.
Yes. Oh, okay. So that fight's over.
I'm going to go check on the drivers.
Yes, that's probably a good plan. So as you exit and you go to the front, there are 2 bodies in the cabin. or the cab. And it's about this time that a nice town car rolls up behind the U-Haul.
I step out. I step out from the cabin and walk over to the town car. I'm assuming it's Nina.
Yes. This doesn't look like the exit to the city.
Unfortunately, not. One of the Sabbats, the second in command of the Sabbat in the city, decided he wanted to try and intervene. Fortunately, he's dust now.
Give me a wits and empathy roll, difficulty 6.
I can't wait to hear Nina's take on this.
3 successes.
That's a good enough. There is a level of composure to Nina you rarely see in vampires who aren't just like ancient. But there's something about her eyes where there's just this flare up of intense anger and frustration. And it's fleeting, but it's gone. And you had the second in command at your disposal and you killed him.
I am, at the moment, completely through giving my enemies the opportunity to escape.
Someone should...
Believe me, I have been open to interrogation before, and it has caused me enough problems that when things start going this badly, I stop having mercy. Please don't push me on this.
There's no sense in pushing on what has already been done.
Fine, I'll do plenty of pushing.
Don't worry, Cat will do it later.
Yeah. Because I know that if I drag that man back to try and interrogate him, the instant that I pull the stake out, he'd be trying to break free, using his considerable strength or whatever magic he might know to try and break out of any kind of restraints we might put on him, and then I have to do all this over again.
That is a fair point.
I'd much rather kill him now and take his presence off the board.
Well, a queen notices on the chessboard when the rooks are gone.
That she does. Which means now she's going to be acting rashly.
And you never informed me of who she was.
Unfortunately, that's our business to handle. But a very old Sabbat member.
I can't tell if I like you or not.
It's better that way.
She pulls up her cell phone. Very much does the old person one finger texting. Okay, I should have drivers here in a few moments.
Please get this mirror the fuck out of here.
It will leave the city as with every power I have. So, the two of you, I want to say thank you.
I'm curious. How good are you, Giovanni, at conversing with dead vampires?
Well, I would say that we literally wrote the book on it.
If I take the ashes back to Kat, will she be able to get any information out of them?
It is tenuous at best, the connection between ash and soul. But it is always something to try.
I'll give it a shot. It's better than nothing.
Do you know what clan he was of, by the way?
What'd she say?
Do you know what clan he was of, by the way?
Ventrue.
Okay, then you won't have to deal with that. Sabat, the Lasombra souls tend to go to oblivion as soon as they can.
She starts to bag up his ashes.
Just kidding. Little dustpan.
I mean, in fairness, giving Cat the ashes of a very old dead vampire will go a long way to soothing the anger.
Yeah. Well, go ahead and add to your inventory wherever you're keeping it a bag of ashes of a 7th generation vampire. And a few minutes pass by, and you guys sort of sit in awkward silence as Nina has no more further questions for you. And about 5 minutes later, it's not a town car. It almost looks like a repurposed old Crown Vic from the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
That has been painted black. They didn't even bother to remove the policeman's separation barrier from the back seat.
Oh my God.
And 2 individuals step out, one male, one female, and they make eye contact with Nina. They look at the truck, move towards the truck, and just set about getting it righted and getting the bodies into an alleyway. As approaches you, we should check on the others.
Yeah, let's make sure this truck gets moving and then head back.
There's a little bit of struggle, but eventually they do manage to get it upright. As the one goes to lift it, and the woman with him just reminds him to lift with his legs and not his back. And there is a furious roar that comes out of him as he just flips the truck. And there's a bounce as it hits the ground. But should be good. They both go into the cab, make sure the mirror is strapped down again. And then Nina looks as they get into the U-Haul, looks at the 2 of you. You may have prevented whatever is happening here.
Well, you know where that door goes.
I'm well aware.
You know, and you just mentioned where Lasombra souls go. Now you can probably guess what was about to happen and why this entire southern half of the United States was about to disappear.
I don't know who this individual you are chasing is, but leave them for the sun.
Oh, I plan to.
All right, we will roll out. Thank you for your assistance. Thank you for making sure my property is not damaged.
Good luck.
I don't think I will be the one needing luck. I think it will be you.
You're not wrong there. Luck and a hell of a good trap.
Good luck, Guire. Good luck, Azul. And she rolls up her window, and the 3 of them set off.
And we head back.
Guire, do you check your phone?
Oh, yeah, I go check my phone.
You have a lot of messages.
Those were probably from Simon.
Yeah. There were quite a few I forget all of the actual details of said text messages, but I know Kat at least texted once. Simon texted a few times.
Or she texted at least once.
Well, someone provided the address. I know that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. They're meeting this. Okay, we'll meet them there. It's actually like right across the street from Simon's shop.
So, do you think it was a good idea to let them go with that?
I don't think it's going to be. Let's just say sometime in the future, I might be getting a contract to go and get it back to stop them from doing something bad with it. But at the moment, better they have it than whatever Sybil wants to do with it. What we know of freeing La Sombra.
True. Our camera shifts to the rest of the group standing outside of the Strangeatorium after Destiny has gone down to check out the scene. What are the four, because Rahab is technically still here, the four of you doing?
Simon puts an update in the group chat. So Guire gets another text from Simon.
At which point, Guire will send back the text. We're on our way now.
And
Oh,
Simon
good.
relays that.
Yes, we all have phones. That means either Guire is on the way or somebody has killed Guire, has their phone, and has sent that off and is on the way.
Well, I guess we'll find out now, won't we?
We will find out one way or the other. I don't suppose, just hypothetically, if it's the one we don't want, I don't suppose unlocking all of those memories like unlocked some badass assassin skills, did it?
I mean, what's that old adage about riding a bicycle?
I mean, that is objectively not a true statement. You can forget how to ride a bicycle.
You're assuming I ever learned in the first place. No.
Just say, you know how you do that? You use dominate to make them forget how.
Okay, wow. Okay, that
My point being, that's what was
that
used on
escalated
you.
a whole lot.
My point being, that's what was. Never
Yes.
mind. It was,
Yes.
I am not good at jokes right now.
Yes.
I am. It is a stressful time.
It's my coping mechanism.
Simon will comment, can you dominate someone to force them to ride a bike? Does that
You
work?
can, if you're strange.
Anyway, yes, Kat. I still have those skills.
Okay, good.
About this time, Destiny comes back up, wiping his hands, a fresh coat of blood all over his jacket. What did I miss?
Something about bicycles.
Guire, somebody with Guire's phone is on the way.
He will point at Mercy. I'm going to follow up on that, and they will point at Kat. I think I like option A best. But.
Yes, we definitely like option A best because option B means they killed Guire. Or Guire just dropped their phone somewhere and some random person picked it up, which is also not good because that would be a masquerade breach. I hear that's important to you people.
Do you think masquerade breaches are covered under insurance?
It's like Simon peeks up. It's like, wait. Speaking of Masquerade Breach,
We are.
Destiny, you never answered my text about that.
He will pull out his phone. Just don't do it. We don't need the witches running. We already got enough fucking witches running around. We don't need any. We don't need mortal ones.
True.
And I will tell you personally, you don't want to get involved with the lupines.
Are there any in New Orleans?
Not that I'm aware of.
Can I, at that moment, be showing up?
Sure, why not?
Because I really just want to. There's a reason. There's a reason the legends of the Loot Guru are all around this place.
The Legend of the what now?
Ah.
Kat, do you have something you want to share with the class?
No. We don't know what. No. I'm good.
Loot Guru is French for man wolf.
I think we're going to stick a pin in that and come back to the not hypothetical situation.
Guire tosses a sack to Cat.
What's this?
What's left of Alexei?
I'm sorry, what?
I couldn't answer all of your text messages because he ambushed the convoy, and I was in the middle of a fight.
I'm sorry, what?
Mercy is just going to stand physically between Cat and Guire.
Simon's off to the side on his phone searching Legend of the Loop Guru.
Not so that there's not they still have a line of sight
right
on each other.
And in response to Destiny's what Guire just the second in command of the Sabbat forces ambushed the convoy trying to take the mirror out of town. I killed it.
Cat, don't shoot me, but breathe.
Guire.
Yes, you would have much rather had him allowed to interrogate. I don't really fancy giving him the opportunity to escape, and I know that you have the ability to interrogate the dead.
I didn't want to interrogate him. I wanted his body so I could put a ghost in it and rip his soul out.
I didn't want to give him the opportunity to get away from that.
So that's him.
Yes.
Does
I
Sybil
know,
know this yet?
Not yet. I'm sure she will soon.
Were there any survivors?
One got away.
In Guire's defense, I don't believe he will be talking.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not worried about that part. Like, I'm trying to process everything right now because on one hand, about 80% of my brain activity is preemptively figuring out what to do with the ashes of a fairly old Ventru. On the other hand, we could have had the body of a fairly old Ventru under our control.
Possibly.
Simon
We also possibly could have had a fairly old Ventru breaking loose in the middle of all of us, and I would have had to do all this over again with you all in the crossfire.
Do it while he's unconscious. It works better that way because he's not fighting. It's fine.
You know, if you can't do anything with the ashes, we could always make a nice paint for Simone.
Oh, I can do things with the ashes.
Okay.
So many things. To start with, this is what the rest of us did. Call a fetter. So if he hasn't passed on, which he was a horribly evil monster who died, I'm going to guess, in a very violent way, with a lot left unaccomplished and many things that potentially tie him to. There is a better chance than if I just murdered a random person off the street.
Also, if I may counterpoint as well, Kat, you're really fucking cagey about everything that you can do and don't tell me all of your plans. How the fuck am I supposed to even know that you can put ghosts in bodies?
Okay, this is why we communicate.
I was in the middle of a combat situation. What the fuck do you want from me?
I'm just saying that you have a habit in or out of combat of not responding to things.
And if I had asked you before doing any of this, hey, tell me all the secrets of your necromancy, you would have told me.
Well, no, of course not. Any more than you would have told me the secrets of your talents. But if you had said, for example, hey, if I happen to capture a body, can you do anything with it? Yes, I would have told you that one specific thing. Absolutely, because that's useful to all of us.
What I'm saying here is me not responding is also different from you not offering.
I didn't know you were going to capture an ancient vampire.
I mean, in all honesty, you should see what she does with a centrifuge. It's fucking magical.
Speaking of which, on the topic at hand, what the fuck happened here?
Oh, we found a Tremere who had some information for us on where all the dead people, all of the disappearances went, but he was committing massive amounts of she was committing massive amounts of tradition violations. So we beat him into submission, and then somebody staked him. I don't remember who. I think Simon. And then we called Destiny. But we got the information.
Simon
and there's probably 2 dead new vampires in there.
Simon says, that reminds me. Look to Destiny. There was a stake. Is there any chance of getting that back?
Blink, blink, blink. Yeah, and he will turn around and walk back in.
And then Simon turns back to his phone and shoots another message to Alex. Never mind, figure it out. Tremere Diablerist.
You will get almost immediately a text back. And they were walking around?
Well, not anymore.
Well, not now.
No response.
Anyway, what's done is done. We're good. Let's go see if maybe I can summon up a Tremere, or eventually.
Destiny.
The good news is he won't have any of his old vampire powers, and he will still be too new if I can summon him to know much about his new skills. And he's not a Giovanni, so he doesn't necessarily have that ground.
Destiny will walk back up, just toss the stake to Simon.
Simon scrambles to catch it.
So, Sybil's lost most of her lieutenants at this point. She's gonna have to start acting directly now. And from what I can tell, she's an emotional bitch.
Afford to be.
Calculating, though.
Incredibly.
She might start losing some of that calculating exterior now that everything she's wanted to happen is starting to fall apart, though.
Or it could just get stronger.
Considering what she did to a crowd of her own people, I think that's less likely.
So here's this thing. Let's go. Let's not discuss this in the middle of the street.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Should we go back to your place,
Head
Kat,
back
turn
to
on
my
the blender?
place. Yes, we can head back to my place. He should probably be gone by now.
They probably would have dropped off Alex on the way here.
No, he was still
No,
dealing
'cause
with
he
the
was
mind
still
wipe
in
for a
the he
bit.
was
Oh,
still
right.
in the. But it's been long enough. He should be gone by now.
Check and make
If
sure
not-
before we do anything.
If not, I can just tell him to go.
Destiny holds up his phone. Yes, I would like to report a potential murder. Yeah. He lists off the address.
I think that's our cue to get in the hearse and go.
Yep, let's get going.
By the way, he will just walk back over to the shop and then come back with a burlap army sack and set it down. I don't care what you do with that. Burn it, read it, keep it, whatever. That's a masquerade breach. So take it.
Fair enough. Yes.
I won't be able to deal with it right now.
Will do.
As they go to leave, Simon comments to Destiny. Will comment to Destiny. It's like, Kat said that she wanted a lot of the books in the basement.
Merry Christmas.
Guire sort of looks over. I've made your job probably both easier and harder. Good luck.
Get somewhere safe. He pulls out his phone, makes
As
another
I
call.
still have 2 uses of burning blade stacked up.
It's going to be like that ring of fire resistance for the Mighty Nine. It's going to come in handy in the last battle. All right. So the group collectively is going to Cats then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
You all load up your new bag of goodies and everybody into the hearse and drive the 10 minutes, if that, with traffic, back to
Right.
Cat's house.
On the way back, she looks at the contents of the bag of goodies.
There's a few books. A lot of them, some of them look like hokum. The others look like actual like research journals and like anatomy books. And there are a few books that are just like, you're not sure Destiny was really paying attention because it's just like garbage occult books that are in here. It's a mishmash of everything.
Makes sense.
So back at Cat's house, as you pull up, all of the lights are off.
Okay.
The door is locked as you left it.
Okay. But there is like a giant hole in the side of the house where Sybil just walked right through.
Yeah. And Alex is sitting at the kitchen table.
Alex.
Oh, sorry.
I suppose
Alexander, not Alex Richards, the ghost.
it's okay. Alex. I still say Alex. Sorry, should I say Primogen? Are you still, or Keeper of Elysium? Are you still? I don't think so.
I'm supposed to be dead, so no.
Okay, Alex, it is then. Is there anything I can do for you?
I don't think so. My stay here has been very nice, and I appreciate all of the help and the informational tidbits. If you don't mind, I believe I will be making my way back to Simon's shop.
By all means, please.
He will awkwardly make his exit.
After he leaves, Squire, after the door shuts, he was waiting for you to get back just so he could say that and then leave.
Yes,
just so that you would know that he was there.
Exactly. Very much so.
As helpful as he's been, this is part of why I find the Tremere annoying.
No. That was a courtesy. Because if he'd left, there would have been, if he'd left beforehand, there would have been the question of, did he sneak off with anything? Yes, he still could have, but he was staying to, I'm assuming, and I may be wrong, but this is how I would do it. You're staying so that if the host is suspicious of anything, it's at least possible to say, could you turn out your pockets or whatever the case may be? I don't think he's dumb enough to steal anything from my house.
Especially when we know exactly where he's going.
Exactly. But I view that as a courtesy on his part.
Fair enough.
Makes me about 5% less likely to kill him at some point. Anyways.
In any event, yeah, let's see if we can find out where Sybil sleeps.
Yes. Let's take this upstairs. And let's see if I can summon a soul.
You have about 2 hours till sunrise. Just to keep everybody on the clock.
Fair enough.
I reckon we're all sleeping here tonight.
If you want to, that's fine.
I don't think I can go home yet, can I? We still don't know who the hell's broken into my place.
No, yes. It would be a good idea for you not to go home at this time.
My shop's also not far as well.
Pat?
Mm-hmm.
I need you to make me a roll real quick.
Uh-oh.
Alex stole the blender.
I don't really know what to do for memory here. Give me a retroactive perception and alertness difficulty 7.
Okay.
For something you would have noticed much earlier in the night.
Alertness difficulty 7. There we go. No, I would not have.
Nope. Okay, never mind then.
All right.
As Mercy says that, though, there's something nagging the back of your mind. You just don't know what it is.
Say that again.
I said, I guess I'm staying here because I can't go home because we don't know who the hell broke into my place.
Right.
Wonder if we could have Agony figure out who the number belongs to.
As a reminder, Mercy, you have pictures.
I will pull up pictures. I mean, if these help,
you have pictures of who broke in.
I have pictures of their hand.
Better than nothing, I suppose.
They sent me pictures from their phone
That's right. That's right. They sent you pictures
from inside my house.
something. Feel like I should be remembering something as I actually do take the time to check my notes and see if I left.
You've been getting boxes outside your door.
Have I been storyteller? Have I been getting boxes outside my door?
Nope.
Nope, no boxes.
You can make the same roll.
Nope, that's a different security camera feed. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything note-wise. I feel like
You were saying
I'm
storyteller.
gonna go insane. Sorry, yes.
Now that you are looking at this picture,
Okay.
you can give me the same roll again, reduce difficulty to 5.
Okay. Can I willpower now that I'm aware that something is
Yes.
okay?
Because you're looking for it and you're actively like
Right.
trying to.
So that'll
Okay.
be like 5.
There isn't even like the. Wait a minute. No, as soon as she hands you the phone and you look at it, that's Elena's hand.
Which one?
That's a good clarification question, but I'm pretty sure we know which one.
To clarify, red manicured nails.
Yes, okay. Oh, don't worry, it was just your sire coming to stop by. That sarcasm worry. You're staying here.
That fucking bitch.
We will resolve that situation one way or another once we solved the overall apocalypse. Now we need to solve our own personal apocalypses.
I know I get that. I know the priorities here. I can still say that fucking bitch.
Oh yes, then after we solve our personal extinction level event, then we deal with your bitch of a sire.
Breaking into my house, touching my shit. Fucking
Look, I'm saying understand I'm saying this purely in the not trying to be insulting you, but light-hearted way that it was. She probably thinks it's only fair because you touched something that was hers. I'm just saying. It's kind of funny.
I have a very particular set of skills.
This is true. But let's go talk to a Venture.
So you guys go back upstairs. The ring of salt or whatever Cat put around the mirror is still set up on the ground. So, Cat, please describe to me your ritual for summoning this ghost.
So Cat is going to clear out the table. I believe is there still a body there? I don't remember.
You got Alex's body and you got the other dude that you cut up into bits.
Yep. Okay. Yep. So there needs to be some where can you do something with this? Just hand you the body.
Alex Richards' body.
Yes.
Got any preferences?
I don't have a lot of use for that as much anymore, but I can't just throw it out in the trash. So I will I'm going to compost it later.
Ah, well, then I need to find a place to put it for now.
Yeah, it's just store it wherever.
I will shove it into a closet. Good old fashioned murder.
Skeletons in the closet.
Yep. She will open up the bag. Are there any bits of bone or anything that are left?
Yeah, there are a few.
Okay. She will take out the bones first, sort of arrange them in as close as she can to I'm sure there's a ritual form that I can say, but a ritual form for necromantic symbol. And then use like the outline of it, like if it was like this is not the thing because this has nothing to do with necromancy, etc. But like if you're doing a pentagram, like all the points on the star, and then use the
circle.
ash as the connecting
Okay.
points for it. Grab a couple of candles of appropriate age. Some incense, etc. Set it all up within circle, and then proceed to start calling out ritually in Latin to Alexei.
Okay.
To summon him to the circle. And it is, I have to spend a blood point. It is manipulation occult difficulty to either 7 or the ghost's willpower, whichever is higher. And it's a -1 difficulty because I have the body. Assuming there's even a ghost to contact.
So that will be a difficulty 7 roll.
Okay. I will spend willpower.
Is that counting the -1 difficulty, or
that is with the -1?
Okay.
Spending a willpower on this. Let me check and make sure I got. Yeah, I still got it. Okay. Manipulation. Let's see. Summon soul. Manipulation cult. Difficulty 7. I mean the willpower. Thank Christ.
Okay. So you finish, and usually this is the point where something floods in.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a moment of hesitation.
Alexei's embarrassed. He got completely murked.
Just the faintest. Hello there.
Oh, good, Alexei. You are still around.
And then, do you have your sight up? Or
I do not have my sight up currently. That was going to be next, and that's just an ability. I just
right.
Perception awareness. Awareness. There we go. Yep.
So as you flip over your sight to the twilight, you see him just sort of. It's very weird because he just sort of materializes and steps up to the table.
Right.
See you.
So it's good to see. I don't think we've ever formally met. No, I'm sure you know who I am.
You're the pesky little Giovanni going around and stopping everything we've been doing, aren't you?
That is absolutely correct. You will be, I'm sure. Well, I don't know if it'll matter to you anymore. but you might be saddened to know the mirror is going very much out of here.
Well, since fortunately, the ability to communicate with the dead and the ability to manipulate the dead are outside of Sybil's purview, I am not too worried about that.
I mean, that is absolutely fair.
It's very interesting. Of all of the people she has gathered to work for her, Elena Giovanni was the only one of your clan that bothered to work with her.
That's because we believe in a thing called family loyalty. So,
Is this conversation audible to all of us, or is he just invisible? But
her
it's
side,
audible,
her side is. Actually, Kat will go. Simon, do you remember that stuff that I cooked up?
You might be muted on your mic, Trev.
Allah.
There you are.
Hello.
Yep.
There you go.
Okay. Yes, the dust.
Yes. You guys might want to take a little bit.
Is that on your table then?
Yeah, it is over there on the workbench.
Yes.
There's
okay.
a little glass jar with several little, basically, pods of mold and rot.
Yep. Simon goes and grabs that and walks back over and holds them out if other people wish to, for other people to grab.
Wire takes one, looks over at Azra, shrugs, knocks it back.
I'll take one as well.
And then Simon will also take one.
And
Keep in mind that this doesn't actually let you hear them,
Oh, that's right. It only it's only sight.
that's
but we
true.
can see them. So if
Yes.
you could, if you're good at it, you can read lips.
True.
So there is a,
Do I have the aspects to do that?
for those of you who, 2 dots in aspects, well, actually 1 for heightened senses. As long as you have a dot in aspects, I will let you read lips.
Hold on.
I say I only need the one for tracking bullets, so I feel like I should be able to read lips.
I feel like I have more than one.
Yeah, you have at
You have
three,
at least 2, because
I have 3.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I know you've used aura perception before.
Yeah.
So there is a tall blonde gentleman in a white button up that is done down to the 3rd button. He's currently, there is a tie that is hung loose, untied around his neck, and he's wearing a black sports coat, also undone and just very leisurely put together. Black pants. The prominent feature is the upside down cross in the middle of his forehead and the face tattoo on the left side.
Evening, Alexa. Good match. Good match.
There is silence, but a glare to Guire.
Guire just grins.
So I don't suppose now that Sybil's orders have led you to where you are now, you would be interested in letting us know. Let's start with, I mean, we assume we know exactly what the plans are. Is she really just planning on letting the antediluvian out and wreak havoc?
Sybil wants to see her father again.
Therapy is pretty good for those issues. I suppose you know where we could find her.
The diamond of questions.
I mean, listen. Let's put cards on the table here. I'm appealing to your sense of not giving a shit anymore because you're dead. And because it's one person to another, opposite sides of the field, respect what you were trying to do on your side, even if it was apocalyptic. So you can understand my standpoint. We're having a conversation now. I don't want to turn into me forcing you to do it, because that's just not pleasant.
I didn't know that you could force a ghost to do something interesting.
Oh, you can force a ghost to do many things.
Hmm.
Do you think that we as a clan just have just make friendly deals with all of the dead?
Egg on my face, I suppose.
An important question. Can you aura read a ghost?
Yes.
Okay. Simon has aura perception up. Or will attempt to.
Yeah, you can read a ghost aura, but it is weak and intermittent, so you might not get a whole lot of detail out of it.
Nope.
Simon can't. Nope.
It's too flickery.
It's too weak for you.
Yep.
I suppose that's fair. Okay. So you want to know where she is currently residing?
Yes, where can we, if we wanted to go, and I realize how laughable this is going to sound, but if we wanted to go and do something rash and try to fuck her up, where would we do that? Or is she sleeping?
Well, I have one question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I know I may be dead, but obviously I'm not done. So, what is in it for me, other than being forced? I'm a businessman at heart, so.
That is absolutely fair. I am sure the reason you're here at all and aren't just passed on to the great beyond of oblivion or whatever, is you have unfinished business. The things that keep you here. Now, part of that's your body. I'm sure you would love to negotiate me releasing that. That's probably not going to happen, but there's probably other things that you want. What would you like?
Freedom would be nice, but as you said,
I'm probably, in fairness, I probably will not use. I'm going to try to say this in the nicest way possible. There is only a certain amount of use that, as formidable as you were corporeally, you have now. I have no interest in whatever knowledge you have about the Sabbat beyond the current situation. I don't. If I want to know the history of where you're from, I'll look it up on Google. And as a ghost, you are a fresh ghost like anybody else. I'm sure you are very intelligent and resourceful, but I can get those. and ones that do not potentially have ties that I may not know about to other necromancers. So I'm perfectly willing to let you go. If that's all it is.
There's an individual that we paid a great sum of money. A kine and a kindred. Of course, the kine has no idea. Both working in the morgue of East Jefferson General Hospital.
Okay.
There are a number of drawers that are not to be unlocked, not to be opened.
I see.
Now,
I
do
pass this
say-
along.
I mean, we're all reading the lips, so
Context can be lost in reading lips.
yeah.
that being said, if I was Sybil, which, thank the gods, I would relocate. However, as I'm sure the 5 of you are well aware, sorry, 6 of you are well aware, Sybil is not the most rational of beings in times of great distress.
You don't say.
I will tell you if you try to kill her in the middle of the day, or if you try to come at her directly, you're in for a world of hurt.
I will take that advice to heart.
I'm assuming so just satisfy my curiosity. Where did this all begin?
Where did what all begin?
How did you all figure out everything?
Oh, well,
Your little girlfriend butchered your entire crew in the middle of a warehouse. That left a big mark.
well, no, it started with the what's their fucking names?
Marquez Moore.
Marquez and Irene.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Marquez and Irene saw a random dude and butchered him in the graveyard.
Yes. Body's right over there. In that closet.
Yeah, that was the first domino.
You need to keep Yusabat need to have the masquerade isn't there to protect our souls. It's to keep us from being stupid because we are stupid creatures at heart.
You're not wrong. Your friend mentioned the warehouse, so you've obviously seen. Did you get the little notes left for you? Then you've seen what she can do.
I'm curious. How did she even know that was going to happen? Clearly, she knew. She knew exactly where I was going to be standing because she walked right up to me.
Well, to be fair, she knew you'd be looking in through one of the body's eyes, so she walked up
This
to the
is
person you
true.
would use.
This is true, but conceivably I could have looked through a number of corpses' eyes.
Yeah.
It's very true.
And that was the confidence that she was looking directly where she needed to be looking.
Interesting. Well, that's right. None of you know.
Oh fuck! What?
There is a reason her name is Sybil. Do you remember the tales of the Oracle of Delphi? The Sybil of Delphi?
Yes.
That little bitch can see the future. To a certain degree, I will say. Which has been, now that I am standing from without, has been hilarious seeing her try to run and fix all of the problems you've created.
She can see the future. She can wait. Hang on a minute. She can see the future, but she couldn't have seen that I was a double agent a mile away.
I think you're assuming that she didn't see that.
And I still got away with it, and she didn't kill me.
We haven't gotten away with shit yet.
It also feels like an important note. If she could see the future, does she send you to your death?
She very well could have.
She doesn't see everything.
Sybil deals in prophecies. They're not always constant. Hell, some of them aren't always true. But she gets random flashes and sees, well, for instance, she will look specifically at Cat, or he will look specifically at Cat, Guire, Mercy, Simon, and Rahab. 5 candles needed to be lit.
For what?
She said the 5 of you needed to interfere.
God damn it.
She wouldn't elaborate beyond that because she didn't want to risk it not having the correct outcome.
Right. Really hate this bitch. What's with the 30? What's with all of the missing bodies?
Beg pardon?
There were like 30 missing bodies from
An entire floor of a hotel room.
People. Sorry. Sometimes I fail to make the
Yeah.
distinction between people and bodies. It's all the same to me.
There were about 30 something missing kind from a hotel, from what's whole floor of a hotel.
At the time, I just considered that lunch, but
I don't personally know anything about that, but if that was another mass recruitment, I don't think she needs it.
and wouldn't you know if she just did a mass recruitment? Could that be your monsters doing?
Either, that's one of 2 options. Bailabog has gone and somehow very efficiently taking care of an entire hotel room floor. Or the fact that we snuck roughly, several hundred Sabbat members in, and they're acting on their own accord.
Can you give me that number one more time?
Some Sabbat priest is off fucking doing shovelhead rituals.
Just what was that number again?
Oh, a couple hundred. Right.
How many has Sybil or Bilabot killed so far then?
9?
Of the shovelheads that you brought
in. Oh, the shovelheads. 30, give or take.
So about how many got just disappeared then?
Ah, that does line up, yes.
Simon tries to blindly text Destiny that there's probably several hundreds of bot soldiers.
Yeah, that would be good to know.
Also let him know that those missing people are probably now shovelheads.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, who all knows exactly that you are involved in this? Tell you what, I have a better question.
Okay.
How would you like to know who's working for her?
That was literally going to be my next question.
And that's where we will take our break.
All right.
Okay.
We'll be back. And we're back.
And we're back. All right. So Alexei sort of falters back on his heels a bit. Okay, then. So the people who are working on your side and hers, and I assume is really what you want to know.
Yes.
Well, there's a young gentleman by the name of Jonathan Kellerman.
Yes. We know about that one.
There is a rather persnickety lady named Elena.
Just one.
Oh, there's two.
That's what I thought. So here's an important question. Here's an important question. Knowingly or not? Willingly?
Oh, Elena Giovanni was working with her knowingly.
Oh, of course. The other one.
As for the Crimson Mask, who gives themselves a name like that? Regardless,
Right.
Toreadors.
He's dead. He doesn't have to give a fuck.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Shoot me?
I give a fuck. That's what matters.
Fair.
Elena Moreau was also working with her knowingly.
You're gonna have to have a conversation with that woman, dear.
From what I, she is a rather skilled actress beyond her years.
Yeah, well, she's not going to get her Lifetime Achievement Award.
Perhaps the in memoriam.
That would imply somebody missing her.
That is fair. All right, so Elena Giovanni, Elena Toreador, Kellerman. Anyone else?
The former, I believe now former Keeper of Elysium, Alexander Ward.
Yes.
But your friend Guire here saw to that.
Yes. You certainly did. Is that it?
No. What was his name? It was a single word.
Nero?
Like a title. No.
If he says agony, I'm gonna be real annoyed.
Destiny?
That's it.
No.
I had a real good suspicion.
That does not surprise me.
Is there not that I personally doubt you. You have no reason to lie at this point. But that one's a bit above our pay grade. So when we take this information to the prince, is there anything that can be used to back that up? Is there?
Well, for starters, I know that there were supposed to be guards on both ends of the causeway.
Okay.
That truck containing the doorway was not supposed to even get on the causeway.
Okay.
There were no guards on the northern side. Beyond that, I don't have much. He's more been an informant. But good on him that he didn't surrender your names and identities.
He's trying to.
He's playing both sides.
Yes, he's trying to see which side comes out ahead. It's a smart move. All right.
I think we just need to make him decide which side he needs to stay on, and that'll probably be the end of that.
I'm not getting involved. I am not delivering an ultimatum to a Sheriff Bruja.
I will if no one else wants to.
Bad idea.
I think that one in particular, the Elena situation. I think should be you should figure out what we do with that, Mercy. The Destiny situation, I think we need to just take that straight to the prince.
I agree with Kat on this one.
I'll argue that having the sheriff dead is going to be a lot less useful than having him forced to pick the right side.
Then when we tell her, you make that case.
Fine. If you need me to stare down the prince while she's trying to rage, I'll do that again.
Here's my concern. The fact that we know this information, if we don't tell the prince and the prince finds out.
Speaking of which, who the fuck's got the power to mess with the prince's memory? I say to Alexei.
Oh,
I think I know.
No. Domination doesn't work if you're a lower generation. The Crimson Mask cannot dominate a 6th generation Toreador.
No, but Sybil could conceivably.
How the fuck is she doing that from all the way in the hospital?
Do you think if they come face to face, there's anything that the prince can do to stop Sybil from doing everything she wants to do?
I'm sure not. I'm just trying to. I mean, I guess if Destiny's the informant, that she knows where the prince is at all times.
And then the Keeper of Elysium as well was to have stopped Sybil from being at Elysium.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that answers that then.
They had this entire city by its balls.
Like the Keeper, the Sheriff.
Had being the key word.
I did say had. That's why, because if at any point everything else, the Elena's situation, which will eventually have to come back to Charlotte, will eventually have to be communicated to Charlotte, but can potentially be done in a way depending on what you want to do. Anything else potentially handleable in terms of us dealing with the situation without necessarily informing the prince. The person responsible for the security of the city, as certain people come into the city, that's not just if Charlotte finds out.
Simone, Charlotte's the harpy.
Yes, exactly. Those things exactly. Not just as Simone finds out. It's if, oh fuck it, you're dead. And you probably know anyways. The Justicars find out, or their whatever their henchmen are called. I don't know. That's a you thing. Then not even Simone can save us.
Oh, here's a couple more relevant questions. As I cough and then they all leave my brain. 1 sec.
No worries.
Shake.
And it should be also be pointed out that right now, as far as we are aware, The Jakars probably have no idea that we are in the process of trying to fix all of this. So if for some reason they think that we're on the wrong side of this, we're fucked.
So
I can't even get that far away.
So basically, we need to make a list of who to inform and who to.
I mean, we needed to inform Simone. That's the only one that we can inform right now because I don't know if the cars are here yet.
Rahab will speak up. We are meeting with her tomorrow after sunset.
Simone?
Yeah. We have a meeting with the prince.
Oh, good. That'll be useful.
So you got any more bombshells to drop on us? You wouldn't happen to, I would be exceedingly happy if you happened to say Madame Morgan Saint Julien was also one of our turncoats.
Ah. Your Tremere Primogen.
Mm-hmm.
No, unfortunately, she's not one of ours. However, I will say, I'm a fan of her work.
Yeah, I'm curious how you got a hold of Azra.
Oh, that's quite simple. Possession is 9/10 of the law. If you kill the master, you get the pet. Simple enough.
Mm.
And Morgan had decided to loan her to a humble librarian for protection, which got us a scroll that we needed to inform us about the mirror. Not that we truly needed the help. We've had a little voice working with us along the way.
You said there's kind and kindred at the hospital that have been helping you in this situation?
Yes.
Anyone we know?
Hmm.
Is that
No.
the same hospital Rehab works at?
No.
Okay.
That was my thought.
No, I don't believe anyone you would know off the top of your head, at least.
Although if we could get some names, that'd be really useful for any future plans.
Absolutely. If nothing else, we can just pass those along to Simone, and Simone can clean house.
Well, there's a Nosferatu that goes by the nickname the Mortician.
Appropriate.
Very much so.
That's creative.
While they may be geniuses with technology and science, sometimes creativity is not a strong suit.
I do have one other question.
I might have an answer.
Sybil is batshit insane, but she's not stupid. She has to have accounted for the possibility that the mirror gets taken away.
Yes.
What's her contingency plan?
Oh, that should be arriving into the city approximately 3 days after Mardi Gras.
And its name is
The Justicars.
Reveal that the top ranks of The camera in the city.
The Camarilla in the city have been compromised, and there have been Sabbat incursions. Let the Justicars clean the entire place out.
Yes, for sure. That's very fatal to all of us, and so on and so forth.
But how does that?
That doesn't bring La
plans,
Sombra back.
Oh no. You've got her plan all wrong. No. They'll enter the city. They won't make it out alive.
Oh, she intends to eat the Justicars.
Or sacrifice them in a ritual.
Circle takes the square.
You fucking camera lens, the bot motherfuckers.
Right. Goes in the square hole. No!
Now, I didn't know that this is a sentence I would be saying after death, but I'm very tired.
Absolutely fair.
I have time for one more question.
Let's make it a good one. Anyone? I think you had something, Guire, and you were still trying to think of it? Or did that get asked?
Yeah. I think I asked one of the two questions that I've been fishing for.
You're like, oh, right, exactly. Where are my keys?
No, the better question. We found out, we got the confirmation that the Crimson Mask is working voluntarily. How did that begin? Where is the source on that?
Oh, that would be me.
Good to know.
Prior to Sybil's actual full entry into the city, I went around talking to the Primogen. Of course, I made them forget anything if necessary, and there were a few that were more than willing to agree. In fact, Kellerman said it's been written in the annals of history that this has to happen. Now, I don't particularly care for the lunatics. Sorry, he says, looking at Simon.
Simon just shrugs.
But, and some of their prophecies are them just completely lying.
Getting onto a piece of paper and calling it art?
Yes.
To be fair, this event's been prophesized by Sybil and Kellerman then.
This is true.
True.
All right. Well, I think that is enough. Thank you very much. You've been very helpful. Have fun in the Shadowlands.
Yes.
You have a lot to learn.
So I can see.
Next time, don't face two Awesomites head on.
As I will remember that.
Damn it. Oh, fuck it. I'll try. He might answer before he goes. Is Sybil actually aware that Guire's turned? Not hasn't turned?
As far as I can tell, no.
Interesting.
She still thinks that Guire's working for her.
Fair enough.
Now, the little loose end you let run away.
Yeah.
Might inform her.
Although I think if he comes back without the mirror, he'll probably be dead before he can answer, so he might just run the opposite direction.
If he's smart.
Is he smart?
No.
That's what I was afraid of.
Well, it has been lovely to talk to all of you. Let's not do this again soon. And
It will be a while.
The feeling is mutual.
and you are left alone in the attic.
I will gently scoop up the bones and the ashes back into the sack. This will be very useful. Later rituals.
Put all this away. All right. So none of the ashes are bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. How much time do we have at this point before dawn?
You have about a half hour.
Well, I propose.
How far is the hospital from here?
Oh no, we can't do that yet.
Mm-mm.
You're looking at the other side of town.
I'm thinking the only reason that I'm thinking that we do anything at all at this close is if Destiny has any idea that they might be revealed. That's
he's got none. We just learned this from a ghost.
Right.
To be fair, he did see me hand you the ashes.
Exactly.
Although, what reason does he have to think that Alexa would be talkative to you?
I mean,
we're making a lot of assumptions here.
Either way, we're going to resolve this.
He has seen or heard of me talking to ghosts previously.
Either way, we're going to resolve this fast.
We need to, yes. If nothing else, even if he doesn't know, if he doesn't know that we're on to him, he is still in charge of secure. And when Sybil realizes that Alexei is not coming back, he might be the first person she goes to with, tell me where to find the people that whatever.
Where's Elysium right now?
Inform Simone now. By phone call, if nothing else.
Anybody got her number?
I do, but where's Elysium right now?
I don't.
You don't know.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Is this the same?
No.
Okay.
Then I will dial Simone then.
Simon will pipe up finally. The thought also comes to mind. Alexei said he went around to all the Primogens.
And wipe their minds if they didn't agree.
But can we have Simone dominate them?
And unwipe them? Yeah.
Yeah.
That is conceivable, yes.
So just before it should go to voicemail. Hello.
Evening, Simone.
Evening.
I am preemptively plugging my ears for the screeching that is about to come out from that receiver.
I've got preemptive warnings to give you regarding events that have been going down and information that has been provided to us.
Yes, Destiny told me that he had informed you that we will be meeting tomorrow night.
Yeah, this is going to be really relevant, and you're going to want to know this before that meeting.
I'm listening.
I'm going to preface this with the fact that you're going to need this person alive more than anything else once I give you this information. So I would politely ask you to avoid murdering them the first time you see them. But we've got pretty solid accounts that Destiny's been trying to play both sides.
There's a silence.
Simon will mouth over to Kat. The silence is deafening.
There will be a few moments of dead air. Don't tell me you just said what I think you said.
Unfortunately, I did, and if I was standing in front of you, you'd probably have me by the throat, and I'd still be staring you down and saying it again, like I did last time.
She's telling the truth, Simone.
And the next sigh comes out more of a growl. Calming thoughts. Calming thoughts.
Understand Destiny is a practical man, and from what I understand, didn't give our names or locations to the enemy out of all the information he has sold. He's trying to play to whichever side might come out on top so that he has a place to live. We need our sheriff to keep any of this afloat. Rather than murdering him, he needs to be convinced to firmly stick his tent pole in the right side.
I will have Destiny join us tomorrow night. Is that... We will not discuss him, but we will discuss other things.
And we have a lot more information to provide, but that was the one that needed to be gotten out to you now.
I appreciate you calling me, even as I lay in bed. It's fine. I didn't want to sleep tonight anyway. Well, thank you for informing me. And I will do my best to not let my emotions get the better of me tomorrow.
Where are we meeting tomorrow?
Yes. Tomorrow it will just be your coterie and Destiny. We will be meeting at... I had a mausoleum picked out. We will be meeting... Hold on. I need to zoom out. I was on the way wrong side. We will be meeting on Scout Island in the city park. It's fairly secluded and we will not be interrupted.
All right.
And the park closes at dusk. So,
see you tomorrow night then.
See you tomorrow night. Click.
Well, I'm going to bed.
Guire just kind of leans back after turning the phone off. I'm gonna have to get in the way of that woman's rage again.
Probably.
So just another Friday night?
Yeah, it's about seems to be at this point.
Well, I bid you all good night. I am going to have very sweet dreams, inventing all the ways that I can eviscerate my sister. Have pleasant night. Have a pleasant night.
Yes.
Can Simon reasonably get back to his shop before sunrise? Because you said half an hour. And
you've got about 20, 25 minutes now.
And so it's like a 5-minute walk.
Yeah, it's easy enough.
So yeah, Simon will bid farewell for the day and go back to the shop.
We don't have time to get back to my shack in the Bayou, so if you don't mind, Azra and I'll probably stay in the basement.
That is quite all right. Yes, there are 2 rooms that you can safely sleep in. I mean, you can draw the blind the curtains on any room, but safely. Either the basement, which, to be fair, I believe Mercy is taking up space in. Don't mind sharing. That's fine.
I don't mind vacating.
And then yes,
No offense, I don't really want to be a party to that.
I was about to say, if there's a second room, we can just take that one.
I mean the second room is my room, so.
Oh.
And I'm not getting. No offense. Y'all are great. That's my room.
Fair enough.
And I'm not sleeping on dirt.
I guess I'm sleeping on dirt.
Well, dirt's gonna be where they're sleeping, assumedly.
Just
you can crash on my room. It's fine.
I won't make a peep.
It won't matter. I am going to fall unconscious like we all do anyways.
Just trying to be polite.
Astro and Inquire take the basement.
Yes. Yep.
And the sun rises and sets. Everybody loses a point of blood and gains a willpower.
Yep. Wake up, look around, still alive, good.
Simon wakes up early.
No.
Alive for us.
Still kicking. Simon wakes up early, sends a text to the group text, knowing that no one else is probably awake yet. It's like, let me know when we're heading to Scouts Island, and I'll head over to Cats, and then works on Simone's project some more.
Which end of New Orleans is Scouts Island on?
It's basically just behind the art museum.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
Man, they like that place.
They do. Scout Island is...
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah. There's no good evening text from Destiny. There's no... You all are unaccosted by any other individuals. Squire Azra is awake before you.
Yeah, I mean, I would expect.
She is just absent-mindedly playing with a knife.
Good evening, darling.
Evening.
Something troubling you?
I can't help but wonder, no, as I slowly slip into Simone's accent, I can't help but wonder if maybe things would have been different if we just left.
Oh, things would definitely been different if we just left. There'd be nothing here. Or you mean all the way back when?
All the way back when.
Maybe.
If I had just turned you and we gotten out of here.
I think we both had gotten already too fond of the nightlife in this particular city to really let it leave us behind. Could have gone to somewhere like New York, but I don't think it'd be half as much fun.
I can't disagree.
And really, is there somewhere you'd rather be than right in the middle of everything going to absolute hell and saving the world?
I would be anywhere with you by my side.
I feel the same way.
Good. She will stand up. Come along. The others are awake.
Yeah, one day I'll have to get over that whole deep sleeping problem. I guess I just partied too much while I'm awake. Let's go.
Jeremy, I see you counting something over there. Is everything
Not
good?
related to anything else. All work stuff.
Just wanted to check. Okay, so I assume everybody else is up and about.
Yep.
Yes.
About
Let's get
30
around,
minutes go by of you all eagerly waiting, and you get a 30-minute meetup message.
Important from Simone or Destiny?
Simone.
Okay.
Specifically, the thing that bothers most of you is that Guire gets the message, and then there's like 3 beats, and then the rest of you simultaneously get the message.
It's fine. It's fine.
Simon's not even there to realize Guire gets it first.
That's fair.
I take no offense.
So yeah, then text. Well, yeah, Mercy's there, so I know that the text had you. Of course, to be fair, we don't know. Maybe Simone's angry at Simon, so I will text Simon just to make sure we're heading out.
Simon responds back, "All right, I'll be there in a couple of minutes." And Simon makes his way over to Kat's.
And that's when Sybil finds him.
You find out Sybil's found you by Simon being thrown through the front door.
Where the hell is my mirror?
Halfway to Vienna or whatever.
It's fine. That's just where I stab Mercy in the leg to slow her down and run.
Like how you didn't say Guire because you knew you wouldn't get the opportunity.
Because I wouldn't be able to stab Guire in the leg.
You don't have to stab Guire in the leg. Guire's running the other direction.
That's
Almost
Guire's
did.
running for the
Wait a
fight.
second. Wait a second. I think you're forgetting something.
Nope, not at all.
I think you are.
I definitely am not. I am just. Kat would just be taking advantage of the fact that she believes and hopes that the empathy that she's shown has allowed Mercy to let her guard down enough to take advantage of the situation.
Well, remember, folks.
I was an assassin, bitch.
In the
So
case of emergencies, you don't need to outrun the bear. You just need to outrun your slowest friend.
exactly.
Wait a second.
Kat legitimately likes Mercy, and that's saying a lot because Kat doesn't like anybody. But in this situation, it's Mercy or Kat. And sorry, Kat loves Kat more.
All I can imagine is like Simon's thrown through the front door. Kat stabs Mercy in the leg and starts running towards the back.
See,
And Simon's just against the back wall, and as Kat's running up, so those plane tickets to Italy.
so no, what I was going to say was like any of us are just assuming that Simon getting thrown in through the front door means anything at all, other than like, the fuck is he doing?
I mean, that's true. Simon does piss off a lot of people.
It could be any of the Bruja.
It could have been Simone. He could have said something wrong on the way there.
But presumably that doesn't happen. And
regardless, yes. Sorry.
No. I liked it. It was great.
I need recognized I fucking took down a vampire as a fucking mortal, and you're telling me you're just gonna stab me in the leg?
You 100% did, and that is amazing.
You're not the only one.
And
who
I
fought
will
vampires
still
while
stab
mortal,
you in the
fair.
leg and run.
To be fair, both of the people who fought vampires while mortal are assassins. But
yeah, get on that side of me. Let's see how that turns out.
So the car ride.
Yes.
Azra and Squire take the motorcycle, obviously.
Okay. When Simon shows up, the three of you make your way into the hearse and head to Scout Island. All of you approach. There is a point where you can no longer traverse via vehicle. You have to make your way. As you walk through, it's extremely pretty, but kind of haunting. As a lot of these trees are ancient, bent under the weight of their own enormity, just slumped to the side, covered in moss and vines. And Simone is perched on a rather low-hanging branch and is just sketching in a sketchbook, her back against the tree and her knees pulled to her chest as she's just scribbling furiously.
Appropriately dramatic positioning.
Prince?
I'm amused to point out that Scout Island has a walking path on it that you can actually go along with Google Maps.
Neat.
Yep.
She will put her pen down and look at all of you. Welcome. And she will place her sketch pad beside her and turn. So, we're only waiting on destiny.
Mm-hmm.
As she looks up, who is joining us now? And about a minute after she says that, Destiny walks up.
Like, is this when Destiny gets thrown in by Sybil?
Yes. Simone tosses her sketchbook to the ground and then slides off and lands gracefully. So, some things have been brought to my attention, and we are going to discuss some of them. Undoubtedly, as all of you know, I'm sure Simon has informed you, the primogen of Clan Malkavian is no longer with us.
To be expected.
So I am tapping someone tonight. That will be done.
It's worth noting, I don't think Simon ever mentioned that Kellerman is dead.
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
But
none of
us
knew.
are surprised.
None
of us are
surprised. I think we all assumed, but none of us knew.
I thought he was already dead.
So I will make that announcement and have Charlotte disseminate it in time. I've been told a bit of unfortunate news. She leans around all of you to look directly at Destiny. Come here. He walks up to her. Destiny, my old friend, we have been friends for on the edge of 40 years. He nods. Good, good. I'm going to give you one chance. And she will simply look at him and her eyes will flash. Tell me everything you're doing with the Sabbat. And Destiny doesn't register it immediately. Like the command. He's just taken aback, and there's this look of abject horror on his face that you guys have never seen. Well, obviously I've been working with the Sabbat for a while, and I've been informing them of everything that's going on in the city. Ins, outs, where we're moving patrols, areas that aren't guarded, areas that are abandoned, meeting times. And it might have come up that the Justicars are coming into town.
Yes, Sybil does know that.
Oh, by the way, storyteller, on the way onto the island, Guire would have left a mark on the walking way.
Okay.
So if anyone else shows up, it'll trigger.
Sybil does know that the Justicars are coming. Sybil is planning for that now that the mirror is out of the city. They're going to be the sacrifice to bring her sire from the oblivion.
We took the easy way, now they're going to try the hard way.
I get the notion that for Sybil it will be the slightly less easy way. That said, we may have a solution.
I'm listening.
Possibly. We will need to know when Sybil becomes aware. Actually, Destiny, is Sybil aware that Alexei is no more yet?
Not that I am aware of, but I doubt that information is going to stay long, especially considering he didn't report back last night.
We're going to need to know. We know where she currently sleeps. We're going to need to know if that stays the same.
I will let you know.
We have something that can render Sybil as vulnerable as any mortal to death.
Simon wants to aura read Destiny.
Okay. You can go ahead and roll me your perception empathy, difficulty 6 or whatever for you.
Down to 5 now.
Okay. 3 successes. What are you, like his response to this next question?
Like just in kind of in general, but also like checking his response to I will, like checking his aura when he says like I'll let you know, to like make sure he's actually telling the truth to us.
His aura is currently brown, which to everybody playing along at home is bitter. It doesn't change when he says that to you guys.
Okay.
Now, Destiny, I appreciate the hedging your bets, trying to make sure that you come out on top of whoever ends up winning this little conflict. But I think you understand now that your flag needs to be firmly planted in one position from this point on.
I am aware, and he will look at Simone and look at all of you. Seems that flag is on the side of the Camarilla, as I do not enjoy the thought of having my head removed.
So my plan, it's not a great plan, but it's the plan we have, and I am excited to hear that if anybody has a better one. Once we find out where Sybil's sleeping, we go there and we administer concoction I've discovered that will turn her mortal for a day. From that point, all we need to do is kill her. Hell, at that point, somebody could fucking embrace her as a 13th generation something and have a wild source of information under their control. I wouldn't actually suggest that, but she will be mortal. She will have none of her powers. We just need to get it in her and give it 4 to 6 hours.
It's that last part that's going to be a problem.
We can do it carefully enough. My hope is that we can get her to drink it while she's asleep. And then she's none the wiser and wakes up mortal. I understand this is the equivalent of trying to throw a basketball over your head across the entire court.
You're saying this is a Hail
and
Mary.
hit nothing but net. I don't know of a better plan. Because again, her backup plan was just kill and sacrifice all the Justicars. So she thinks she can do that.
Either she is extremely confident in her abilities, or she's too proud to admit that she won't be able to do that.
I mean, she is, if we are believing the antediluvians are real, she is literally direct childer of one of them. At the very least, even if she can kill all of the Justicars, or can't do that, she can kill anyone we throw at her.
That, and even if she doesn't kill the Justicars, even if she dies trying, the fact that she got that far will be bad news for all of the Camarilla in this city.
Exactly. And if she only manages to kill 3 of them, that's bad news for the Camarilla, period. That's upheaval. That's everything the Sabbat could want.
She's not giving us many choices, then.
Not really.
No.
So this concoction you have in your possession?
Not currently. I'm not taking it everywhere I go because obviously. But yes.
It definitely seems like a last ditch effort, but it is what we've got. I'm one of the strongest vampires in the city, and I can't fight her. I can't fight her.
Speaking of which, those lapses in your memory, Prince.
Yes.
Oh.
It's more than likely you've already met Sybil once or twice.
Subtle step or two back.
I beg your pardon.
Our source of information on most of this was the ghost of Alexei. And he'd mentioned when I had asked about who could have reasonably been influencing the memories of the prince, the fact that Sybil has multiple inroads into the Camarilla and access to your whereabouts based on the information she's able to get from several people meant that it's very likely she was able to find you at any point.
Oh,
You've
also
already mentioned you can't fight her.
We should mention that she can see the future too.
Yes, she is that Sybil, I should say. As in Oracle of Delphi.
Great. This is fantastic news.
Right? Come to Las Vegas. We'll have a few laughs.
I feel like we should just enter the city.
Oh no. I'm not done with her.
If you enter the city, then the Justicars won't come here at least.
We are not handing anybody the city, period.
These people are idiots, but I kind of like them, so.
Look, those idiots that you're speaking of keep me financially stable.
I was talking about you.
Yes, I do keep myself financially stable. Oh.
Now, Simone.
I thought you were gesturing to New Orleans, not to me.
Now, Simone, the three of us.
My point still stands.
The three of us, Squire says, indicating to herself, Azra, and Mercy, have been around in this city longer than you've been the prince.
This is true.
We're not walking out on it.
I would happily walk out on it, but I'm outvoted.
Listen.
Would this be the time to tell my little story?
If you feel like it.
It depends on whether you want to tell your story or whether you want to have a conversation before you tell your story.
Conversation with who?
Who do you think?
Do you want to talk to her directly, or do you want to tell the queen, or do you want to tell the prince now? Wrong title.
The cat's kind of out of the look over at some.
Nah.
All right.
Share away.
No, I said nah, as in it'll keep.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Yeah, okay.
Ignore everything that you just heard over the last 3 seconds.
Yeah. That one's for later then.
You've got enough on your plate right now.
We'll come back to that one. It'll need your complete attention.
In complete fairness, it is literally the last thing you need to worry about right now in terms of apocalyptic situations.
This is true. Even without me knowing what Mercy is going through, we have enough on our plate.
Did Charlotte get my message across to you, by the way?
She did. I have yet to speak with Miss Saint Julien. And hopefully I can find a replacement for her before we have that discussion.
Well, there's always Alexander.
No.
That was mostly a joke.
Destiny, you're dismissed. But I will give you one warning, and only one. If you do not stick with the Camarilla, then the next time we meet, we'll be putting your head on a spike. I say this with love. Destiny. Got it. I will talk to all of you later. You can hear the click of a lighter after he walks off. So, is there anything else that I need to know before I let the five of you go?
Let's see. It's been a busy.
Oh, right. Fuck. Actually, Destiny, you might want to hold on for a minute.
He turns around, cigarette in his hand.
Remember that lead you gave us about those 30 missing people? You didn't happen to actually know the answer to that one, did you?
What do you mean?
The 30 people from the, went missing. We went and talked to a Diablo Rising Tremere about it.
Yeah, I kind of knew.
Okay. Did you know that those are probably 30 new shovel heads?
That I did not.
According to Alexi, for the record, Mo, there's probably about a couple hundred Sabat in the city.
Oh, then we're just fucked. Got it. Okay.
Apparently between Bylabog and Sybil's own Fitz, they'd murk through about 30 of their own men.
So they had to replenish numbers. Got it.
I mean, actually, no, we should ask just to make sure. Destiny, to the best of your knowledge, when I would assume this is the case, but you never know, she's, as we've established, insane. When Sybil decides to make new, and shovel heads and the like, she doesn't do the embracing herself, does she?
Oh God, no.
Thank all the ancestors.
No, her blood is too precious to do that.
That is exactly the kind of elitism I would hope would be the case. Because the last thing we need is 35th generation newbies running around.
I don't even want to think about that.
Right?
We've got enough to think about. Let's not deal with hypotheticals.
Speaking of thinking about, my prince, would you happen to know exactly where Elysium is tonight? I need to stock up on blood and also introduce Azra to Charlotte.
Well, forgive me for being a creature of habit, but it's a museum.
Good, fair enough. I'm
Awesome.
definitely gonna need to stock up on a lot of blood if I'm gonna be pulling off anything crazy in the next couple of nights.
Yes, I should be doing that as well, somewhere safe where I'm not. I can cut down on the screaming.
All of you are welcome to Elysium tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
You've given me a lot and a lot to plan around. So go enjoy your night. I will be in touch with you either later or tomorrow.
All right.
If I may suggest, Simone, keep somebody near you at all times. Sure, you've already thought of this, but when Sybil realizes Alexi's dead, there is every possibility that she's just going to come to you and try to get all the answers, and you wouldn't know if you gave them. At least if there's somebody missing, they'd know. Well, no.
And of all the people that Alexa gave us confirmed names on, your seneschal was nowhere near the list.
Oh, thank Christ.
All of the names that we got were the ones that we already knew of,
With the exception of Destiny.
the exception of Destiny.
Yeah, I was kind of counting on that. But
It might be reassuring to know that besides the handful of names that we do know, like all of the primogens were approached, and the majority of them did not turncoat.
Correct. They just had their memories erased.
Majority.
it's interesting to me that she didn't make them follow her lead.
I think that kind of domination will require constant re-upping, and that'd put her too close to the open.
Too many complications, too much chance that something goes wrong.
And it was
Point of order.
Alexi.
What?
It was Alexi doing it, not Sybil herself.
Also, yeah, it was Alexi on the job.
Yes. Sybil, we think, is just you.
Because she's the only one powerful enough to do it to you.
Does that make sense? Point of order. Was Azra brought along for this or no?
Yes. Azra would have been brought along for this.
So all of you see her rub the back of her neck again.
All right.
Yeah. Anything that long requires something much more permanent.
Anyways,
Go. Enjoy Elysium. Rest. Refuel.
Guire walks over to Azra and just sort of puts an arm around her and starts to lead her towards Elysium. While she's doing that, she's gonna very, very quietly, just sort of with a nod to her, just sort of lift up the hair and check and make sure that the symbol is still completely scarred out.
Yep, there is a nice, fresh, black scar across the back of her neck.
Good. That doesn't need to. That's one thing that we don't need. Vampiric regeneration fixing.
So far, it's working.
I'd hope so. I paid significant chunk of bodily autonomy, bodily strength for that.
Simone waves all of you on and hops back up into the tree. But she does not grab her sketchbook. She pulls out her cell phone.
As Simon turns to leave, he also pulls out his cell phone
Okay.
and types out a long, incredibly detailed message to Destiny of what Simone did to Kellerman.
All right.
Just like graphically, like in the intent of, you could be next if you really don't play your cards right.
If you really want to fuck up, go ahead.
You really want to fuck around and find out.
The more you fuck around, the more you'll find out.
So, you all make your way to Elysium. And that is where we will end for the night. So, say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes.
Goodbye.